Greetings, YouTube. I saw a video the other day by What You Waiting For, a lady from Texas that's a prepper. Her and her family are she has a really good channel that talks about her and her family preps, and she done a video the other day on a pineapple upside down cake that she made in her Dutch oven, and so I'm going to try it. And as you can see, I'm out here in the deep wilderness, in the Australian bush actually, and I'm out here all alone. And no, I'm just kidding. I'm right here in my backyard, and there's my shop, and there's my camper. But anyway, what I'm going to try is I've cooked with the Dutch oven quite a bit, but I've always used charcoal briquettes. And in light of the current situation, I want to learn how to use wood, charred wood, and so I took a couple of pieces of firewood that I had out back and cut it up into small pieces. And right now what I'm doing is just heating the Dutch oven, which is what I always do. So I'm getting it good and hot, and then I can wipe it out. On the Dutch oven, I oil it and season it every time I use it, and when I'm finished. And then so in the beginning, when I go to use it again, I heat it up, take a couple of paper towels and wipe it out, and then put the recipe in it, and then put it back on. And then of course I'll put a large majority of them coals on the top of it. And so I'm looking forward to some pineapple upside down cake that I learned from What You Waiting For. Well, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm doing it tonight. So I'm gonna go in the house. I'm gonna put it together in the house, and then I'll show you that and how we do that. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay. What she said was she used parchment liner in the Dutch oven to keep it from sticking. So we've got some parchment liner, and the Dutch oven is very hot. Okay, and which should be good for melting the butter. I'm just going to cut it up into pieces and drop it in there. Which should help it melt faster. Okay. I just set the lid on it, and to melt that butter, I just want that butter to melt all the way in the bottom there. And then she said to put 1 cup of brown sugar in the bottom there with the butter, and then lay the pineapple slices in. Okay, so I've got it set on a bed of coals. The using wood chunks instead of charcoal, this is the first time I've ever did it. I've always used charcoal briquettes, which are a little bit easier to maintain, but I think it looks like this is going to work pretty good. And I think with the way the economy is shaping up, I think charcoal is extremely expensive, as a lot of you know. I think that's a little bit too much. I'm going to take some of that back off. I think charcoal is one of the things that I need to cut out of my budget. And I want to get used to using wood, because in a situation where I no longer have gas or electricity, I still want to be able to feed my family and eat good. So I think it pays to try things like this ahead of time before I really need it, so that when I do need it, I have the confidence and the training to do it well, because it's one less thing that I'm going to have to worry about. I think there'll be plenty of things to worry about that unsure of. So everything now that I can do to train, I think could be very profitable in the event of the economic collapse that's coming. So we're going to leave that there. We're going to turn it around. In other words, rotate it every 10 minutes or so for about the next 30 minutes. And you should be eating pineapple upside down cake within an hour or so, Lord willing. Okay, so what happened when I started my cake, I apparently did not have near enough hot coals, because several minutes into cooking it, I came out here and looked at it, and it was not hot enough. I could actually lay my hand on the side of the oven and leave it there. And if you ever cook with a Dutch oven, you know they get extremely hot. I tried to remedy the situation. I tried to add some more coals to it. Could not really get them to go. So I was tempted at one point to just take the thing off there and put it in the oven in the house. But then, I said, you know what, if I'm going to be a prepper, I just can't let something that simple stop me from what I'm doing. So it's late here in South Carolina, and I don't care. It's a Sunday evening, and so I'm taking this opportunity to do some on-the-job training. And so what I've done is I've cut up some more wood. The firewood I use, I'm not sure exactly why it wasn't hot. Maybe I didn't leave it on long enough to build up enough heat to sustain itself for the 30 to 40 minutes. Maybe the wood is not good enough. It's some firewood that's been laying behind my house. I'm sure it's not hardwood. So what I done, I added some more chunks. And I also remembered that I had a hickory limb that the guy gave me on a job site where I was working the other day, that I had already cut up into small pieces. And I think the hickory is going to have quite a bit more BTUs than the firewood I was using, so I put it in there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the hickory is the round limb wood type pieces. We're starting to build up quite a bed of coals now. I'm getting close to having the confidence to just put my cake back on. So I've learned several things already that I think will be helpful in the future. One thing, I think maybe I would start a bigger fire, like a regular campfire, and then take some coals off of it, and still keep the fire going, so that I had sort of a savings account of coals that I could keep on adding to it, which I did not do this time. I pretty much was in a situation where I needed all the coals I had just to get it going, and it was not enough, and so I was without anything to add to it. And so I think in the future I would probably have a bigger fire going, and just shovel out some coals as I needed it. Because I just wonder if, unlike the charcoal briquettes that tend to maintain their heat for an extended period of time, maybe the wood chunks don't do that as well. So give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. If you have some experience Dutch oven cooking with wood, tell me how you do it. With charcoal, I mean, I could actually count out the coals that I was gonna, that I would need for it, because I had a little bit of practice, and I would just use that many coals, and I really didn't ever have a problem of having to add any. Maybe that won't be the case with wood. Maybe there's more variables with the wood because you don't really know how hot it's going to be or so forth, how long it's going to last. But give me some feedback. Let me know. But I am still planning to have cake tonight sometime, and I'm thinking I'm getting ready to try it again. I think I have enough coals built up now that I think I might have enough to get the job done. Signing off. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, here it is. It's all done. Looks like it turned out pretty good. It definitely worked much better after I raised it up and got some airflow up underneath of it. And I'm definitely thinking that's probably the ticket. So let's cut it open. Let's see what we got. I think it'll do. This is Frog Prepper signing off.